Hello and welcome everyone again into another video. And this video will be talking about the top teams in the Willpower Cup. What does Willpower mean? I have no idea. So Willpower Cup is basically the cup that we will be playing from November 3rd to the 10th, which is basically this week, the week after Halloween. And we can only use the three main types: Fighting, Psychic, and Dark. So there are like some interesting Pokemons that can beat all the three types. So yeah, it's basically Psychic beat Fighting, Fighting beat Dark, Dark beat Psychic, Psychic beat Fighting, Fighting beat Dark, Dark beat Psychic, Psychic beat Fighting, and then Fighting beat Dark. Dark lose to Fighting, Fighting lose to Psychic, Psychic lose to Dark, Dark lose to Fighting. And yeah, the RPS cycle. This is literally the definition of RPS. If you don't know what RPS, it's like rock, paper, scissors. One lose to the other and beat the other. Like one lose to one, beat the other. Just like that. But there are some Pokemons that actually can prevent the RPS because they share, like, let's say, Fighting and Psychic. So you lose to the Psychic, but you don't lose hard, and you still beat the Dark. But you lose to some OP Pokemons. You know what? Let's just move to the top Pokemons in this cup. The Psychic. Leading the Psychic, the best Psychic in this cup is Wobbuffet. If you saved yourself some Wobbuffet by beating those Team Rocket, that becomes a hundo after you purify it, because you need return. Mirror Caught is probably the worst charge move in the entire game. Neutral Return has more DPE than Stab Mirror Caught. So Wobbuffet is the best Psychic Pokemon. What comes after? I mean, you can never go wrong with Crest, but I would say Rapidash. And then those three are like kind of hit and miss. They are situationally OP, situationally bad. So if they like catch something where they do super effective damage, they win you a game. If they get locked in versus a Pokemon that does super effective damage to them, you just lose. But Wobbuffet doesn't care. Crest doesn't mind. This Pokemon is just very spammy and very annoying. Fighting, the best fighter in this cup. I mean, the best fighter in Great League is Medicham, period. Some people mentioned Shadow Machamp. I mean, Shadow Machamp is gonna be there just because it's a hard-hitting fast move Pokemon with a solid coverage, but it doesn't live enough because you literally just a free fast move. Like Medicham can literally farm down a Shadow Machamp from full HP. There is a Charm Gallade, so you can beat the Dark. I am sure you still lose with a Charm, but it's an option, you know. If you want to use it, it's there. Shady Agent, Charm Gallade. Yeah, you can run Charm Gallade. There is Sneasel. There is a Sneasler as well. Don't run it. It's a horrible Pokemon. I wanted to say there is Buzzwole because I know someone that said, I'm going to play Buzzwole to Legend. They already hit Legend. So I guess no one's going to use Buzzwole because it's just not that great in the Great League. So in this, among those, I would say Medicham is the greatest Pokemon overall because it's just too good of a Pokemon. Very bulky, decent coverage. You can go with 3 different type of charge moves, and you have an amazing stat product. And the Dark, so you know, like Psychic beat Fighting, Psychic beat Fighting, Fighting beat Dark, Dark beat Psychic. Okay, now the stuff that the fighters beat. Mandibuzz. Well, Mandibuzz beats the fighters, you know, because whenever there is an RPS Cup, you try to find a Pokemon with a fast move that does a neutral or super effective to the 3 types. And there is no Pokemon technically that can resist Air Slash outside Alolan Raichu. But if you run Snarl, you take super effective. Literally claps everything. Yeah, I told you. Air Slash Mandibuzz is the best safe swap in this cup, Copium. So, how to build a team? You pick this Pokemon, this Pokemon, this Pokemon. That's a good team. We'll go through the teams. Umbreon is so solid because it's Umbreon. You can run Last Resort, so you can be the other Dark, or you can run Psychic to do resisted damage, and you go straight BM whenever someone swaps something like Alolan Raichu. So you swap to Umbreon and you throw straight Psychic because they deserve. If someone safe swap Raichu and you have Umbreon in the back, go straight resisted move as a BM. Skunk, it's a dark Pokemon that does neutral damage again, similar to Mandy, but Mandy has a crazy stat product, much better than the Skunk. But yeah, Skunk does neutral damage to almost everything and does super effective to Rapidash, which is supposed to be on paper the best safe swap. Sableye is just Sableye. Like, you can never go wrong with Sableye, right? Shadow Drapion is an amazing Pokemon, very spammy, and if it gets a crunch debuff, you just beat everything. Except Mandibuzz, because Mandibuzz is just too good. And the Pokemon I think that is the best dark is the chest piece. What's the name of this, chat? Ponyard? Ponyard? The chest piece, this Pokemon has a Fury Cutter. Or X-Scissor. No, Fury Cutter, right? Which means it does super backyard. It does super effective to all the dark and all the psychic. And basically everything hits psychic. And no one's gonna use Shadow Machamp. You do neutral to Medi, but you take double super effective damage from Medicham. So you almost beat everything here except Medicham. And that is Obstagoon. What's Obstagoon good at? Obstagoon is a neutral versus Mandy. In neutral versus the chest, you can beat the chest piece. But if I want to beat the chest piece, I would use Medicham, period. Or you can use Charm Wobbuffet. Why? Because Charm does super effective to the fighters, super effective to the dark, and neutral to the psychic. So technically, it's the best fast move in this cup. If you have a Charmer, use it. We know that they banned God of War because technically it's unfair in this cup because you beat everything. And Wobbuffet is not banned. So if you're still struggling to hit Legend, this is the time where you purify a Shadow Wobbuffet with the best buddy. Yes, it doesn't have the best CP, but you can still win games. I lost the 2-0 as a Medicham once to Wobbuffet. This is how crazy Wobbuffet is. I believe those are like the best Pokemons. Now moving into the spicy stuff. The spicy Pokemons here, like they kind of be good. They are also good, but situationally good. They could be like very good, but their typing is not helping specifically in this cup. Like Surfetch, best coverage. Is it good? No. Why? It doesn't beat anything. Because everything unlike those and the stuff in the main meta is like either bulky or does super effective. Scrafty. You cannot run Scrafty. There is so many Medicham and there is so many Wobbuffet with a Charm. Deoxys defense, if you don't have a Medicham, Deoxys defense is the best substitute. Como is solid as long as people don't run Charm Wobbuffet. If they don't run Charm Wobbuffet, you're good. Toxcroc, average. Hackmo is probably my favorite dragon in the Great League, to be honest. And it's so good at beating other stuff as long as they don't have Charm. Volipede is Bog. Yeah, Volipede is like another Mandibuzz. If you're gonna have two Mandibuzz in the same team, you can run Volipede and Mandibuzz. And Volipede has a better closing potential than Mandibuzz because you have Brave Bird. Galarian Moltres is a bad Volipede, which Volipede is a bad Mandibuzz. So it's an option for those people who were lucky enough to catch those Galarian birds from the Adventure Sync instance. Titar, I don't know about this Pokemon. It's there because it's Easy Clap, Umbreon, and Mandibuzz, but lose to everything else, like literally. So I don't know. I'm interested in those ABB players that always try to adjust to play like the same format in every cup. Latios is a good Pokemon, but is it a great Pokemon? No, I don't think like Wobbuffet is too big in this cup to the point where you cannot run dragons. Lugia might be a good Pokemon, by the way. I haven't run Sims for Lugia and I didn't test it out, but it could be a good Pokemon. The problem with Lugia is that Mandibuzz is huge in this cup, and Lugia still cannot beat Mandibuzz because if Mandibuzz has a Snarl, you just win. If they have Air Slash, you still lose because two Sky attacks do not KO the Mandibuzz. Now moving into the top teams. The BBML, top PV poke. If you go PV poke, I need a team around Ponyard, Pawn, the chest piece. PV poke will suggest the chest piece with Mandibuzz and Medicham. Basically, 2 answers to Obstagoon in the back, 0 answers to Charm Wobbuffet. Pawn with Mandy, that's like the ideal PV poke core. So another team, also top PV poke. If you choose Medicham, PV poke is gonna suggest Sableye and the chest piece. Why Sableye? Sableye perform well with Medi. Both lose to Air Slash Mandy, by the way, but Sableye can win the 0. And it's kind of a playable matchup for Medi because you can hit with super effective Ice Punch. Yes, it doesn't do that much damage because Mandibuzz is just a freak, but it's still playable. Like, and you use Sableye here to bait out the Obstagoon because this thing cannot see the Obstagoon. So you have to use Sableye to bait out the Obstagoon because this is an AVB team that is weak to Obstagoon in the back. If you catch the Obstagoon in the lead, you're in a good business because you're supposed to win. Now, the most common team, I believe, or like the team that everyone will use to hit Legend, for those people who haven't hit Legend, it's a very degen team, very bulky, very defense HP weighted, doesn't have any attack. It's just the 3 Pokemon that will time you out. The problem with this team is that people are gonna curse you. So if you don't care, go ahead. If you like care about people's feedback, I don't think you should be running it because people are gonna find you out and tag you on Twitter and send you messages. You know, like how people sometimes go wild. But yeah, this team is basically the best timeout team that could ever exist, okay? This is the ideal. Like, if this team becomes popular, people are just gonna quit playing this cup. Why? Because there is no Pokemon that can beat all the 3. There is no one. The only way to beat this Pokemon is by having a Wobbuffet with a Charm in the lead and a Wobbuffet in the back. I tried to find like some solid niche code breakers for this team. They don't exist. Yeah, what a team. Imagine. Can you name one Pokemon that beats the 3? There is no Pokemon that beats all of them. Because there is no Pokemon in this cup that resists to Charm. And there is only 2 Pokemons, I think, in the entire cup that resist Air Slash. Magikarp, Double Charm. Yo, I'm running, I think I will be featuring this team tomorrow on stream, by the way. So make sure to check tomorrow's stream on Twitch at twitch.tv/YasserElite, where I stream my battles at 3 p.m. or 4 p.m. Central Time. Welcome in, everyone. Okay, but I'm not that degen. Like, I don't play this team. I have a different team that I will be testing out. I'm someone who preferred the fast move pressure when possible. So I will be running some Galarian Rapidash stuff with Mandibuzz and Zweilous in the back. Yeah, so you just said you don't run bulk. There is a Mandy. Okay. Well, what's your point? I love Mandibuzz. Mandibuzz is easy top 5 favorite Pokemon. Galarian Rapidash for fast move pressure. Yeah, shut up, Shady Asian. No, it's supposed to be this. I mean, I'm supposed to lead Galarian Rapidash. Like, the team was supposed to be something like this, Shady Asian. Galarian Rapidash as a safe swap. And then, when I was, like, making the video, I was like, Charm Wobbuffet is a thing in this cup. So if I am catching it, it's going to be in the lead. So I better make this team like this. But the problem with this team is that we don't have fast move pressure in the lead, which means we have to go down a shield, right? Does Rapidash beat WAP? I don't know. You have Mega Horn, which is a super effective charge move. That's 1. 2, Gutic, like, they don't resist the Fairy Wind. And I believe that you can get to 3 moves before they get to 2, which means you can always pressure them. Okay, Crimson. So yeah, technically this is going to be like my favorite team to run. Those 2. And the third will be changeable depending on the meta. So I'd like are all these the teams that we have? I think we have 3 more and that's it. Because there is no point of making more teams when Charm Wobbuffet beat everything. Like most of the stuff you're gonna see, like look at any team. Charm Wobbuffet beats a 3. Charm Wobbuffet beats a 3. Charm Wobbuffet beats a 3. Charm Wobbuffet beats 2. So making more teams is kind of redundant because there is no point of doing that. This is not a BBML though. This is a bad team. If you like running bad teams, if you like Alolan Raichu, and you still think that Alolan Raichu is good because it has a high rank on PvPoke. Another BBML team, aka the Wholesome lineup. You know, like how Wholesome use a Poison Dark in the back, a Fighter in the lead, and a super power Pokemon that's normal type. So this is kind of the Wholesome clone version in the RPS Cup. So Medicham with what's the name of this Pokemon? Beware, right? Yeah. Medicham, Beware, and the Drapion in the back. What does this team beat? Why? Do you want to beat stuff? You think this team can beat anything? Any team that doesn't have Wobbuffet basically lose to Wobbuffet. So is it a good team? No. Do I think you should be running it? Well, you should be trying it. I don't know, up to you if you want to tank or you want to win. And a team with Buzzwole. I wanted to feature a team with Buzzwole, but like the only guy who played Buzzwole already hit Legend, and he said he will no longer play Buzzwole, so I deleted his big head and his Twitch channel. So I found another team from Walwar, the triple counter. But if you're gonna run triple counter, you need Buzzwole. Why? I don't know, because if there is a cup where you can use Buzzwole, it's gonna be this cup. One, you resist. Dude, why you resist nothing? This sport team is bad. You lose to one Wobbuffet as well. So yeah, basically this cup is going to be sponsored by Wobbuffet with a charm. And that's the end of the video. Thank you so much everyone for watching. And if you want to find me, you can find me out on Twitch at twitch.tv/YasserElite or on Twitter, Elite_Yasser. So if you like the video, make sure to leave a like. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe and see you in the next one.